Okay guys, so I'm back and now I'm going to show you how to actually cook it to make the char siu. So as you can see, I have a very small kitchen, so I don't have a regular oven, but I actually found this, which is absolutely amazing. It's a convection oven. You've probably seen them. You put this on top and there's a halogen light and a fan in here, and it's amazing. If you like to bake a lot, but you don't have access to an oven while you're traveling, this is really, really cool because it cooks things like super fast. So I think, for us to cook this char siu, it'll probably only take about 25 minutes, which is really great because like in a regular oven, it could take maybe up to 45 minutes. So you do cut some time. So how I've got it set up is that inside this halogen here, I'll just turn it around so you guys can see it. Again, small kitchen. Okay, so here is the bowl, and I just got one of these, if you can see it, which is like a big baking pan, and I just put that in the bottom to catch all of the lovely juices that will come out, and you can always make a nice gravy or rice sauce with it, which is really good. And I get one of these grill tops, and you literally just put it on top, just like that, put it in, and it catches all of the juice and everything that you want. Now, the other thing I like to do is actually just put a little bit of water, just a tad. That way it helps the sauce not stick and burn. You'll find that more if you do use like real sugar or like honey or something like that. And it also helps to kind of cook the drippings that come down from your meat and help you make a sauce really, really easily, like save time. Okay, so just a little bit of water in the bottom. All right, the next part is now, remember I showed you this beautiful marinade? All right, I literally have had this only marinating for like maybe 2 minutes since I've been setting the system up here, and so it smells really good. Okay, but you can imagine the rich, deep flavor you'll get from this, and the addition of the lovely sesame seeds is not only pretty, but it's very flavorful. Okay, so I'm gonna go and put them in. So you just take, I like to put the ones with the more fat around the outside of the baking area, because I find that with these halogen convection ovens, that the outside cooks more than the inside. So if, I love to have that nice crispy kind of flavor to my char siu with the crispy fat that's there, which is really good. So this part here, for instance, I would take this one and put it on the outside. Okay. My son loves this recipe. He grew up on Cantonese style char siu, and then over the years I've just adapted it to be my own. So you can call it, the family recipe. Okay, great. So, all done. I'm gonna wash my hands here for a second. I'll be right back. Again, like I said, very small kitchen, so I'm not that far away. All right, so I'm back. So, I'm gonna now pull this over so you guys can see. Here is the char siu ready to bake. As I was telling you, this is what I mean by putting it in around this the outer ring, so that the fat bits get nice and crispy and add to the flavor of the meat, and it keeps the meat moist. Notice there is some water in the bottom of the pan that will help catch the drippings and help you make a delicious sauce for dipping or for rice or noodles or whatever you want to eat this with. Okay, so now I'm going to put the top on. I love this. This machine has been a real lifesaver for cooking in Bangkok. I don't like cooking a lot on like just frying things in the pan. I find that the meat or the food, it's great for stir fry, but for meat it's kind of tough. So this is really nice if you don't have an oven. So what do I set it at? I set it normally at home. If you have an oven, I would put it at 350 probably, because you don't want to do, like some people believe in low and slow for meat, which is, that's a very Texan thing, and it's true if you're smoking, like smoking the meat. And we don't, but here for what we're going to do is kind of bake it and then grill it at the same time. And that's what this machine does. If you're doing it at home, I would put it at 350 in a regular oven. In one of these convection ovens, it doesn't go that high, but because it's a convection oven, it actually cooks much quicker because it circulates the air and it traps the air in there, and it cooks really quickly along with the halogen. So I usually put it around 200, and then I run it for about 30 minutes. Okay, but the important thing is that you do, whether you do it in a halogen or whether you do it in an oven at home, that you do use you kind of grill it put it on a rack. It's really important. If you don't put it on the rack, then the meat kind of tends to get oily and soggy, and you don't get that, crispness that around the outside, which you really want. When you cut into the chassis, it's so beautiful. So anyways, what I'm going to do now is just turn it on. Okay, and again, I'm going to actually turn it up to 225 because I want the light to trigger on. But as you can see, it's halogen, cooks really well. Okay, and then what we're going to do is cook it for 20 minutes and then come back and check on it and see if it's good, and then if it does, we're going to turn it over so it can crisp up on the other side. All right. Okay guys, so I thought I'd show you a quick little view from my kitchen here in Bangkok, and I've come back into the kitchen to check out how it's going, and as you can see, whoa, looks pretty great. Really yummy. You can see the chassis is really crisping up there and just sizzling away. You can see the drippings falling into the pan at the bottom, bubbling up. So here, I'm just gonna turn this off. It's been cooking for about, I'd say about 15 minutes, maybe 10 or 15 minutes right now. And looky, wow, doesn't that look great already? So as you can see, it's really starting to crisp up. Oh, sorry for the steam, guys. Like I said, this convection oven really does amazing things. So here, if I show you, see, it's already starting to look pretty chassis-like or barbecue pork-like. And like I said, this is a nice color. It's almost there. I'm gonna go on this side so I'm not in the light. And see what I mean about the sesame seeds? It just adds a nice little, decorative side to the chassis. So what I'm actually gonna do right now is just turn it over. I did turn the heat up just a little bit to 220 on here. In your home oven, you may want to turn it up from 350 to 375, depending on your oven, of course. But wow, and you guys, I wish you had smell-o-vision. I wish you were in my home now, because I'd be spoiling you guys rotten with lots of good snacks in between, because I'm telling you, as you're smelling this, your appetite just goes through the roof. All right, oh, look at that. That's that little crispy bit there, totally mine later. Okay. All right, so that's looking really nice. So I'm going to put the top back on. Don't need much. Actually, like I said, I've put it up at like here. I'm gonna move it up to about, leave it at maybe 225 and check on it a lot. It'll probably only take another 10 minutes or so, but I'll check in it again, even though this is higher, and then I'm gonna turn it back on. And then it's pretty hot in here, so I am going to just come back and check on it later. Okay, so we're back. It's been about another, literally 5 or 6 minutes. As you can see, it doesn't take very long. And those beautiful, magical, crispy edges have just popped up like spring flowers. Okay, so I'm gonna take this top off now because I don't want to overcook it. I want it to be nice and juicy. Oh, can you hear the sizzling of that? Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna turn the light on so you can see what I mean. And it smells absolutely amazing. So the edges have really just chunked up, and as you can see, it's still quite juicy. Look at those juices just falling off there. Oh my God, that's heaven right there, right there. That's where I want to live for the rest of my life. Okay, so here's another piece. God, it's like each one is like a jewel of chasu-ness. Okay.